Well, good afternoon. I hope this finds you all doing well and having a blessed day and getting ready for the Easter season. I really am looking forward to Easter. I've been decorating the house. I've got the mantle done. I've got a little bit done in here in the window in the kitchen. Don't have my dining room table fixed just the way I want it yet, but it's coming along. But I saw somebody cooking on YouTube the other day, and they were trying to make something gluten-free. Chicken nuggets or gluten-free country fried steak or something like that. And they weren't sure exactly how to do it. They were just going to try a few things and hope that it worked. Well, I've done it many, many times. If you've watched me very much, you've seen my son run in and out of my videos. He does have autism. He is 24 years old. And when he was younger and first diagnosed, we tried a gluten-free diet for him. Well, if you know anything about a 3 or 4 year old child, you know that their main staple in life are chicken nuggets, right? Right, absolutely. That's what they love. So, without being able to roll them in flour, like I always did, and like most people do, I had to come up with an alternative. And back then, 20 years ago, there were not nearly as many staples on your grocery store shelves that were gluten-free as there are now. You had to order things. So this mama had to kind of get a little creative with things that I could just buy locally in a grocery store without having to order or go to a special store or something like that. And I began to think about what goes good with chicken. And I thought, well, potatoes do. And I thought, potato flakes. Here we go. We're going to use instant mashed potato flakes, okay? This is our main ingredient. And I just put them in my Ninja, a blender, a food processor, whatever you have. This just is the one I'm going to use today. And you add your spices to it, and you fry it up, and you've got chicken nuggets that taste very, very similar to Chick-fil-a chicken nuggets. And they are so good that when I started making them for him, I'm like, you know what, these are delicious. I'm not making two kinds of chicken. We're all going to eat the gluten-free chicken nuggets, right? Because mamas don't want any more dishes than they have to have, right? Okay, so first of all, we've got our box of mashed potato flakes. And they are flaky. If you all have ever bought them, they look like little flakes. So, I'm just going to make a small batch today. So here we go. We're just going to dump these right in there, just like that. Boom. And you don't have to put them in the food processor. You can use them just with the little flakes. I want y'all to see the little flakes that they are. I hope y'all can see that. Can you all see that good? See the little flakes? Can y'all see those little flakes now in my hand? Right here. See how they're just little flakes? Okay. So, you do not have to put them in the food processor. But I wanted it to be a flour, right? So I'm like, okay, we just grind them up in the food processor or the Ninja. Now, I did not do this in the beginning, but to make it stick to my chicken just a little bit better and make it get just a little bit crunchier, here he comes with one of the dogs. I told you he'd be in and out. Go add a little bit of potato starch. Don't have to. No worries if you don't have it. But I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of this potato starch. Turn my light back on. So I've added 2 tablespoons of potato starch, okay? Now then, we're going to start with our spices. We are going to add a tablespoon of parsley, because that'll just add a little bit to make it look pretty, won't it? That's right. And we are going to add a half a tablespoon of salt. And y'all, I'm guessing at this, I used to never ever measure it. And a half a tablespoon of pepper. That's just plain old black pepper. We are going to add a teaspoon, if I can find my teaspoon, a teaspoon of garlic powder. Y'all can season this any way you want to, any way at all. You don't have to season it like this by any means. You can make Italian breading. You can make anything. Okay, this is, I believe, oregano. I'm use a half a teaspoon of oregano, right like that. And this is granulated garlic, or granulated onion, not garlic. Oh, excuse me. Oh, this one's not been opened. Okay. Let me get this one opened up here. Thought I had everything opened up. Okay, here we go. Now here's our onion powder. Andy, be quiet, buddy. Okay, you all. Now I've added, okay, y'all, and I put in a teaspoon of granulated onion. Now then, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to put the lid on this. Got it plugged in there. And we are just going to whirl this about. See? Now y'all look at this. This is just like a powder. Let me grab a spoon rather than my fingers. Here we go. Now then, look at that. Can y'all see that? Doesn't that look delicious? I'm going to taste it, see if it's got enough of everything in it. It could use some more salt. So let's add us a little bit more salt. I'm use another tablespoon of salt, or about a half a tablespoon. And a little more onion powder, because it's just not, doesn't have much flavor. We want it to have flavor, because that's what's going to flavor our chicken. Now, if y'all want to know how I did this, y'all better be listening, because I did not write this down. So hopefully you did, or you can back the video up and find out. Oh, here's our paprika. We forgot that, didn't we? That'll make a big difference. All right. There's a teaspoon of paprika. You know, paprika helps things brown pretty. Mama always added it because she said, oh, it'll just brown so pretty if you put that paprika in there. All right, now I got to get this set back down on the thing. I shouldn't have pulled it out, should I? That's me. All right, now we're going to whirl this again. Well, it's because it's not set down right. Actually, I could just pour it in a bowl and mix it up now. Let me just do that. I'm just mixing this about here with this whisk. Now then, I'm going to taste it again. It's doing better. Doing better. Get the other half a tablespoon of salt. And some more onion powder. See, y'all can put any kind of seasonings in this stuff that you want to. Like I said, this is just what I'm using. All right, there we go. Okay, now then, I'm going to add these herbs. And I'm going to add this herb de Provence. I use it for a lot of stuff. I've already shown y'all that. I'm going to add me 2 tablespoons in here, just like this. That's what we were missing. That Mama forgot. You know, Mamas forget stuff. This Mama really forgets a lot of things. But here I'm showing you, y'all can put any kind of seasoning in with these potato flakes that you want to. But this is such big pieces, I wanted it chopped up. Okay, so that's the reason I'm putting it back in here. All right, now I'm going to taste it after I put our herbs in there. Much better. Much more flavorful. That is going to be delicious. Rolled in our chicken tonight. Okay. I will be back when I get ready to fry up this chicken so y'all can see how well it fries and what it looks like. Okay, so I'll be back shortly when I get ready to fry up the chicken. Okay, I've got y'all over here at the stove, and I'm going to turn on this oil here. I'm going to go ahead and fry up just 3 or 4 little chicken nuggets before they get back, so I don't have any more interruptions. Hopefully this video will make it out. I've told y'all that before, and I've made them work with Andy in them. Hopefully I got everything that I wanted to say that you all said, and I can cut a lot of him out of this one because he was in here messing with the dogs and letting them in and out and aggravating them. We've got one poor old dog. She's a chocolate lab, and if she lives another 3 weeks, she will be 13 years old, and she's just old, and she doesn't want to be bothered and aggravated. And he wants to play with her, and she doesn't like that, so she runs from him, and it just gets total chaos. And it all happens right here in the kitchen, right where I am. They're always right where you are, exactly. So I'm going to try to do this, and then I'll fry ours up, the rest of them that we're going to eat tonight. Okay, I've got our chicken nuggets there. Just little chicken nuggets. And if you want them to taste like Chick-fil-A's, you want to just add salt and pepper and paprika. I just wanted a little extra flavor in these for tonight, so I added the herbs and so forth. Or I've seen KFC recipes for the seasoned flour, all the herbs you add to that. I've seen those going around for years. You could try those seasonings. There's lots of others you could try. Like I said, if you wanted to make a chicken parm, you could add Italian seasonings to this. Lemon pepper seasoning would be really good with chicken. If you're doing a steak, you may want to add more onion powder. And if you're doing a cube steak, you may want more onion powder and things like that. So just make it to your taste, whatever you're in the mood for that night, or whatever you're going to put this coating on. Because it's real simple to adapt to anything. And you want them coated really well. And I'm trying not to get too much coating in my bowl, but I want them to where it sticks real good. Can y'all see how they look? All coated and ready to go. Now then, let's see if that oil's hot. Not quite. So I'll let it heat up just another minute. And I'm just going to keep tossing these about here so that they're coated really well. And I never have, when I've made my chicken like this, put it in buttermilk and flour and then my coating. I typically do not do that. I guess you could if that's what you want it to do. Okay, that one's frying up, so I'm going to go ahead and add the other 2 or 3 of these here. The thing about this is you're not able to make a gravy like I typically do if I'm frying up chicken. You can't really make a gravy with it. So, these will fry up real quick because they're tiny little nuggets. Teeny tiny little nuggets here. And typically, if I have a whole pan full, I just throw them all in there and just start stirring them. Just stir them like a stir fry. I do not do them like this individually, like I'm doing these, flipping them over. You could do chicken cutlets this way. It's popping. It's getting hot. I don't have enough chicken in there. Chicken cutlets, like I said, chicken or cube steak, a fried squash. You do your salt, pepper, paprika mixture. Fry your squash, your green tomatoes, okra, any of those summertime vegetables that we like fried. use this in place of flour. If you are gluten-free, you just choose to be gluten-free. Some people have to be for health reasons. Others just choose to be gluten-free. Either way, that, you're always looking for other options. So, like I said, I came up with this when you couldn't buy gluten-free flour in the grocery store. You couldn't get, definitely couldn't buy gluten-free chicken nuggets anywhere. And I just went through I used to have to go through the grocery store. It used to take me all day long to buy groceries when he was small and we had him on that diet because I had to literally read every label. It could not have any traces of gluten at all. It could have no traces of a milk product at all. So even my potatoes, I had to be careful because a lot of them had milk, butter solids in them. So I had to be careful with which ones I bought. Now these, I did not read the label, but I know they're gluten-free. And I'm pretty sure they're also dairy-free. Don't y'all look how pretty that's browning up? Let me grab a little plate here. I'll get these little baby nuggets out of here because they're little babies. I had this chopped up thinking I would make Italian chicken with it. And I thought I had gotten out cutlets to do this with y'all, but I didn't. I got out the nuggets, which is fine, for the little cubes. That's fine. And if you don't want to be gluten-free and you just want to mix up your flours, mix it with flour and potato flakes, just add you all kinds of herbs in your flour, whatever you want. There you go. You'll have. All right, but here they are. Let me move this back off this eye. I want y'all to see those. Are those not beautiful? They look exactly like Chick-fil-A nuggets, do they not? They look exactly like a Chick-fil-A nugget. So you set this down in front of a 3-year-old and tell them that it came from Chick-fil-A. They're not going to know the difference, are they? Let's taste one of them. And they are delicious. Okay, I have to have another one. They are so good. So crunchy. Brown to perfection. Best ever gluten-free nuggets that you will ever have. You literally cannot tell the difference on whether they are floured or the potatoes. I'm not kidding. They are out of this world good. I will probably eat this whole tray, this whole little plate full before they ever get back for me to finish up our supper tonight, okay? Hey, y'all. I'm getting ready to fry up the rest of this chicken here. They'll be here in just a minute. I wanted to show y'all how I did this. I just put my chicken bits and pieces. Can y'all see this? Just bits and pieces in my bowl, and I'm just putting this over there and tossing it till it's well coated, okay? And I don't know how much I use, just depends on how much chicken you've got. And here they're back, so let me finish this up so we can eat our supper, all right? And that's going to be all for our gluten-free breading video. But I'm telling you all, even if you're not gluten-free, try this. Oh my word, it is so good. I cannot explain to you how good these nuggets are. I just can't. They taste exactly like a Chick-fil-A nugget. Exactly. So you all saw what I put in there. Write it down. Go back, rewatch the video, and write down how much I put in of everything. And I showed you all the box of potato flakes. And they're just so good. I'm going to have to write down what I put in here because I just went willy-nilly on this, you all. These are the best ones I've ever made. Not kidding you. They are that good. So remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. Because I'm going to do a few other gluten-free things here coming up in the next week or two. We've got family that cannot have gluten still. So I want to make a broccoli cheddar casserole for Easter. And it calls for a can of cream of mushroom soup. Everybody knows cream of mushroom soup has gluten in it. I'm going to make a gluten-free cream of mushroom soup that you can freeze or can or however you want to preserve it to use in recipes that call for cream of whatever soups. You can make cream of mushroom, cream of celery, cream of chicken, all those cream of soups that we tend to put in our recipes. I'm going to show you how to do that and do it gluten-free, okay? So y'all want to hang on with me and come back. Be sure you ring that bell so you don't miss those, especially if you are gluten-free or just like I said, choose to be gluten-free. Either way, we're going to start doing a few recipes like that because I know you all kind of get left out just a little bit in the world of eating. So, but remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss a video. And Lord knows you all know I make enough messes. You never know what I'm liable to do. So watch them all the way to the end. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.